Hi, Daily Superstars. I bring to you another episode of making a very delicious egusi soup. Watch till the end and see a very simple way you can make yourself a pot of egusi soup. I'll start by adding some goat meat into a pot. I would add my washed stockfish. I washed it thoroughly. Then I added some onions and of course some scotch bonnet pepper. I used the yellow and red. I blended it and I added into this pot. Afterwards, I brought in some salt and I also added seasoning cubes to season it properly. After adding my seasoning cube, I'm going to cover it and let it steam for a while. Afterwards, I add some water. After adding my water, I would let it boil, and when it starts boiling, I'm going to add some palm oil into it. After adding the palm oil, I'll bring in my ground egusi, then I would add some water into it and mold it into balls or flat shapes to make it easier to break in the pot. After molding it, I'm going to add it into my pot of boiling soup. After adding my egusi, I'm going to cover the pot and let it boil. While it's boiling, the egusi is going to break freely on its own into that texture of egusi that we all know. But after it has boiled and some of it fails to break into that texture, you can make use of your spoon or your spatula to break it completely. I'm also going to add some crayfish, and after adding my ground crayfish, I would use my spatula to stir the soup. Stirring it's going to help me to break the remaining parts of the molded egusi soup that is still in its solid form. So I'll break it into that texture of egusi soup that we all know. After doing this, I'm going to test for salt and add if it's necessary. Also test for seasoning and any other ingredients that might be lacking. After stirring, I'm going to cover it for the very last time and let it boil to cook properly any ingredient that was added. After boiling, at this final stage, I'm going to bring in my vegetable. And as soon as I add the vegetable, I made use of ugu leaf. As soon as I add the vegetable, then it's now time for me to stir for the very last time and turn off the heat and go ahead to serve my egusi soup. So this is a very simple method of making egusi soup. Some people do the frying method, but this is the simplest method of cooking egusi soup. I trust you enjoyed watching this video. Do not forget to leave a comment below. And if you have any other method that you use when making your egusi soup, do not forget to share in the comment section. Like, share this video, and thanks for watching.